Welcome to the OC, and it's Wednesday. I'm your host, Phil, and this is my co-host, Corey. And this is the Wednesday Rant. What do you want to rant about?
Let me see. What's our favorite whipping boy, Phil?
COVID, that bitch.
COVID.
God, we're still in a lockdown.
Yeah, I know. And it doesn't look like we're going to be leaving lockdown anytime ever.
Right? Numbers aren't dropping. Like they said.
Well, we got the military coming in Ontario.
I noticed. I heard. I don't know what they're exactly going to do, but I guess they're going to put jabs in arms. Is that the idea?
I suspect field hospitals.
Yeah, me too. But you know what? Why not? Why not have the military jump in, right? I mean, they're trained. There's nurses, there's paramedics, there's, these people are trained to work on people. So
they'll do a better job than I would.
Better than
seeking volunteers.
Yeah. Well, I think weren't they doing that? Weren't they really trying to?
They were in the nursing homes, I believe. They went in to help out with the nursing homes.
They did, and in Quebec. Yeah, that's what and then that worked out well because a lot of those nursing homes, because they brought the military, and the military was like, the fuck. These people are being treated horribly.
This place is horrible. I don't want to die here. I want to die on a battlefield.
Well, no, but the military people are like, okay, we got to report this. This is, people are, there's just not enough staff. That's one of the biggest problems. When COVID first struck, a lot of people were off sick. So, nursing homes still have their people. And then,
the problem, one of the big issues with nursing homes is generally the PSWs or the people who work in nursing homes don't work at just one. So they get partial hours here, there, everywhere. Yeah. So they're working between 3 or 4.
You know why those fuckers do that? You know why they do that?
To avoid paying benefits?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the exact reason. Because it's for profit.
What?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's for profit?
It's for profit. Yeah, So, getting old, that fucking sucks. But getting old and living in a place that, nickels and dimes you for everything, have poor care or poor quality of care.
Stay in your home as long as you can, folks.
Yeah. Euthanasia. That's probably the best thing.
When I was younger, I actually thought it was youth in Asia. I'm like, why do we keep talking about the young people in Japan?
The euthanasia today.
Euthanasia. Why is that a big issue?
Yeah.
Oh, it's killing people. Oh, gotcha.
Well, it's letting them die with dignity is what it is.
It's not letting them die. Happen. It's often not letting them die with dignity. It's helping them along.
Right. And I think you should have that choice. I think if you're really perfectly sick,
if you're perfectly in your now, again, what is sound mind? But ultimately, that's the one thing you should have control over, your life.
Right.
Whether you,
if you're an absolute nut job, perhaps not. But, most people know when they have like stage 4 cancer and that, and they're going to suffer and they're going to die, and be able to go out on your terms and not lay in a bed for 6 months. Rotting away, right? So
exactly. But what's our rant, Phil? What are we ranting about today?
I'm going to rant about India.
Me too. But I wonder if we're ranting for the same reason about India.
I'm going to rant. I don't even know why I'm ranting about India, but I think their numbers are skewed hugely.
Oh, totally wrong. Totally wrong. You can't tell me their numbers are accurate. No. What I've been seeing, you can't tell me their numbers even remotely accurate.
And I took this off the Worldometer, brought to you by the OC. It's one of
like and subscribe.
So yeah, we're looking. India yesterday had 362,902 cases. They had 3,285 deaths. And I'm like, okay, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
But then I look at Brazil, and Brazil had 76,086 COVID cases. They had 3,120 deaths. Those numbers don't fucking make any sense to me.
None of the numbers make sense, Phil. The only numbers that make sense is the number of funeral pyres you're seeing in the streets in India and the fact that they're running out of oxygen, which immediately suggests to me that it's a bigger problem than perhaps the numbers are telling.
It's enormous. I watched a news briefing on India. So the average person would have to walk, it's like something like 15 miles to get to a hospital. Like hospitals are not like they are here. There's like one in a general area. Am I keeping you up?
No, I literally just finished a Tim Horton, brought to you by Tim Hortons.
Oh, like and subscribe.
That's right.
Yeah.
You owe us money, Tim.
Damn right, Tim Hortons. I don't even drink this. Since I quit smoking, I don't drink their coffee. Ugh. Anyway, I guess that's not a good
that's why we have no sponsors, Phil. Thank you.
I enjoyed it when I had a stick in my mouth, but
still not helping, Phil.
No, okay, I'll stop talking. Yeah, India. I mean, holy shit, what is going on? I mean,
it's the funeral pyres. You look at the funeral. So the two things I got are oxygen. They're running out of oxygen tanks.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not ICU beds. So here we're like, oh my God, our ICUs are all full. They're like, our hospitals are all full and we have no oxygen for people. So the people who don't need ventilators, who would get by with some assistance from, good old Mr. Oxygen Tank. Yeah. So people are stealing them.
Oh, fuck. They're going on the black market for like huge amounts of money. I read that too. But we're helping. People are helping. China apparently is helping. They have offered.
So is the US.
Assistance. So is the US. I don't know if Canada has.
We took all their vaccines, so I don't think we're helping. We went off and we started dipping into that fund for vaccines for third world countries.
Oh, right. Shh. Oops. Poor us. Poor India, though. I mean, that's pretty. It makes me wonder because I mean, their population is so dense. Yeah. I mean, like you're like 1 billion people, maybe even, I don't even know if it's still 1 billion. It might be more.
I don't really keep track of that.
A fuck ton. Whatever a fuck ton equates to is how many people.
Technical words.
Yes, it's more than a load. Just shy of it. But anyway, the makes me wonder what China looks like.
No, I don't think we ever got accurate numbers out of there either. So the big issue with India right now is they had a dip. So second wave hit, they dipped, right? And they're like, yay, we're good. So they opened everything back up again completely. Religious festivals, political rallies, all that. And once they did that, now it's all over the place again. And their variants of concern, I think, is what the current, instead of they're not calling them mutant strains, they're calling variants of concern.
The VOC. VOC.
Isn't that something for paint?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
how much it stinks and kills your brains.
Yeah, it's I can't remember the exact term. Anyway, something contaminants. But anyway, I don't know. Like that new strain though is deadly. Like it's more deadly than the original strain.
But so usually COVID was so successful because it was the right mix of and contagious and fatal, right? So if it's anything that's super fatal, like let's say Ebola, usually doesn't spread super far because it kills everybody it comes in contact with.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's true. Well, get your vaccinations, people.
Still waiting for my Costco one. Still waiting for my Costco one.
Fucking Costco. You and your Costco.
What?
I wish I had
shot.
Costco. I wish I had one. Look at that. You can even get a shot in the arm from Costco. Brought to you by Costco. We don't have a Costco.
I know you're jealous. I can see
you're
so
jealous.
That's right.
We'll never have one.
It's some peanut butter because you're so jelly.
I'm so jelly. Yeah. What else do you want to rant about?
That's my big thing. Again, the India situation is just horrific. That is apocalypse now. When you see funeral pyres burning, there's not enough oxygen. They're turning away ambulances. People are dying out in their cars, waiting to get into the hospital, be told there's no bed.
Yeah. Well, their infrastructure is not built for it. It's just not capable of dealing with it. We're very fortunate. Well, when I went to the East Coast, and you've been to the East Coast a number of times, right?
Like Newfoundland, yeah.
Newfoundland, yeah. So what my wife and I noticed, so Darlene's like, we're driving around. We drove like 3,000 kilometers. Like
we
just fucking, I flew there. No, we flew there, but we drove like around Nova Scotia and Cape Breton and PEI. We were like, we just want to see everything, right? So we drove the whatever that is through the mountains. And anyway, but one thing we noticed was no police stations. Did not see one police station, and no hospitals except for in Halifax. There was one big hospital in Halifax. Like, fuck, we're hours away from places.
I suspect there's clinics, and I would think that it's a population density thing. I would imagine, like Newfoundland, we were St. John's, which is downtown.
Well, that's big. Yeah,
that's big-ish. I mean, it's got an airport, so
yeah. Well, there's that. Halifax, yeah. I think Halifax is 100,000, maybe a couple 100,000. I'm not sure. It's their biggest. Like, once you leave Halifax, it's like, where the fuck are we? It's like, okay.
How many hospitals does North Bay have? Doesn't it have like 2 or 3?
No, we have one.
That's right. They all, because they used to. Yeah,
they amalgamated. It's very new.
So it's just the general up on the hill there.
It's on the bypass now. It's on heading Highway 11 or Highway 17.
Gotcha. You have McEwen. Yeah. I know. So near down past the college.
Yeah, on your way to Sturgeon Falls.
Gotcha.
That's right. Sturgeon Falls.
Another plug.
Go
with Sturgeon Falls.
Yeah. Well, but we have infrastructure. We can handle, people getting sick, and then
now your ICUs aren't full up, right?
Not
so
I
think Ontario.
We've had one case.
Okay.
I think we have 12 active cases. Of those, I don't know. I don't think anyone's in ICU.
Ottawa's ICUs are not, as far as I know, at capacity, but they're getting close. Now, mind you, an ICU is 30 beds, depending on the size of the hospital. So
in Ottawa, there would be, like, ours is probably half a dozen or a dozen.
Yeah, exactly. This is the issue, right? So when people say, oh my God, the ICUs are filling up. Yes, they are, because the ICUs aren't designed to handle a plane crash.
They're meant for, trauma, catastrophe.
But trauma on an individual scale, not the way a plane crashed and it turns out everybody survived, but they're in immediate need of.
Well, then you triage to like the entire, you just everywhere becomes trauma, trauma center or ICU.
It's funny you mentioned that. It's funny you mentioned that. I got a notice in the mail. There's some dude looking to buy cars, and he says, "Call us now for your VIP invitation." I'm like, well, if everybody's a VIP, then nobody's a VIP, and that's the problem with the ICUs. If everybody's critical, then nobody's critical, and good luck triaging. It's like,
what they're saying in Toronto is like, well, we may have to decide who lives and who dies.
They've always had to decide that.
And
they
have
limited resources.
Wait a minute. You're just going to push all the poor people over here. Yeah, that's exactly what you're going to do.
They're going to push. So they're going
poor
to do
people
the
and minorities to the right.
Yeah, well, I'm not so sure. I don't know about the minorities, but the poor people, the problem with the aspect of the poor people is, so you have, say, somebody like yourself, right? And it's like, okay, feels a little heavy.
Oh,
okay. He's not a smoker though. And we got this other guy, look at the guy you chased down the stairs and then rolled on your ass with, right? So if you and him showed up in the emergency room and they had to make a choice between the two of you, they would say, we got this one fellow who is a few bricks short of a load and seems like he's got serious drug issues. And Phil, who's, he's got some health issues, but
not really. I'm very healthy.
Well, okay, fair enough.
And I always keep a hundo in my pocket for those moments where I'm like,
take those. Maybe actually take those now. Like, seriously, people pay me with 50s when I do computer work for them. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this? I got a deposit in a bank. I can't walk in and try to pass a $50 bill. You're getting shot in the face at Shoppers Drug Mart.
You're getting or hit with a broom
or something.
Stay still. We're going to fucking step on your neck for 9 minutes. Stay still, Corey.
Stay still.
Stop resisting.
I had a buddy who used to watch the when they would do the medicinal marijuana. He was part of the security company that have to come in, and basically it's like a money transfer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you'd have all the druggies come in trying to hit the order.
Yeah, of course. Well, you have they're popping up everywhere now. There's marijuana fucking everywhere, which I don't care. I don't want to rant about marijuana. Don't give a fuck.
Not ranting. We're not ranting about that. I think we're done. But I think we're done about India being terrible. That's a summary, folks. No matter how bad you think it is here, India is horrible right now with COVID. And hopefully,
suck it the fuck up. Not India. Yeah. All you Canadians out there. That's right. Listen.
Tolerate the lockdown, folks.
We're going to get through it.
Yeah.
It together. Together. My son used to say that. You want to walk together? It's the cutest thing. Anyway, but yeah, we're gonna get through this, and it is hard. I mean, people are fucking losing their bananas here, you know. And then they read shit in the, you know, about the vaccines and about blood clots and about heart attacks and strokes, and it's like, holy fuck, do you want people to get the vaccine? I mean, I know.
I'm not going to hide. I think being honest and out front with the potential complications, but we are, as human beings, horrible at risk assessment. People are terrified of flying because they're under the mistaken belief that they're more likely to die in a plane crash. Guess what? You're going to die in a car crash. If the money was on, you're going to die in a car crash.
Absolutely. Or while you're walking or on a bike.
Correct.
You have a way better chance. My wife, Darlene, I love you, is a terrible flying person. Like, she scares people on the plane. Like, she's like that.
What was that? My coworker Debbie. We've traveled together.
You hear that?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Darlene, stop it. Like, fuck. You know, she's had the stewardesses like looking around.
Because they're gonna do what? They're gonna go what? The plane the wing just fell off. Make peace with your God.
Yeah.
You might want to call somebody before you hit the ground. Like, you'll know if there's a problem on your plane because it's going. It'll suddenly go.
When you start seeing the atheist start praying,
key is
Allah. God.
Before you get on the plane, Phil, you go off, you basically find Jesus. So that way, in the event that the plane goes down, you don't have to worry about that. You've already done it.
Better be in my aisle. Jesus.
I don't think he's going to help. He'll just welcome you into his kingdom.
But Phil. That's the thing, right?
It's not stopping your plane crash.
You know, and my wife got vaccinated. And she's worried because, I mean, you know, now you've been vaccinated. And then you start reading shit. You can't take this out of your body. This doesn't come out. So, you know, she's worried. She goes, oh my God, what? Like, you know, these people have died 9 days after getting the vaccine, you know, some of them. And it's like, okay, all right, we're going to get through this, you know, but take your vaccines. Stop listening. I understand there are risks. And for those of you out there that will experience side effects, I guarantee you that COVID will be worse. And, you know, and your odds of dying, I mean, every time you step outside your house, there's an odd chance that you may die. I mean, that's just a fucking fact. You know, nobody plans on dying that day, right?
You have a better chance of having complications from COVID-19 that will kill you than the vaccine. And pay attention. And this is what pisses me off, though. Maybe this is a secondary rant. If you gave me the vaccine and I come into the hospital complaining of things that sound like fucking blood clots,
you better take it seriously.
There was a 60-year-old fellow in Ontario who died.
Mm-hmm.
He got the vaccine and he went in basically complaining of symptoms that align with blood clots. And they sent him home saying, well, you've had cancer, you've had this, that, it's nothing, just go home. Versus, you know what?
Let's check
maybe we should hook you up and do some scans and maybe.
I'm not saying disregard it, but what I'm saying is the only way to get through this is that if we say, okay, we need to get vaccinated so we can all go back to some sort of normal. Well, things always go back to the way it was. Fuck, who knows? But, you know, if we scare everybody, you know, that's not going to help either. And hopefully they can isolate some of the risk factors, right?
Funny you mentioned scare everybody. That's what some people would say they did with COVID to begin with. Because it's an endless COVID news cycle. I get a little sick of hearing about COVID. I mean, it's there and we should all be careful, but
absolutely.
Can we please talk about something else?
But I will tell you, after being vaccinated, now I had zero side effect. A sore arm, a little bit sore. I mean, they grabbed me.
Given the fact they gave it to you in your left bum cheek, I'm surprised your arm was sore.
It was in a testicle. I don't know why.
I don't know why they did that.
I'm like, this is unusual. Yeah, Mr. Orden, please drop your pants. What the fuck? No, but yeah. So, I mean, there is a bit of a relief because, yeah, I am 45, a little overweight. I'm fluffy, you know.
More you to love, right?
More of me to love, you know. But you know, you kind of go, okay, I'm vaccinated, and I do have a susceptibility to pneumonia. That's my one weakness. It's my kryptonite. So I feel a little better, knowing that, hey, I still take all the precautions. I wear my mask. I do whatever.
You're being a good citizen. You're being a good social citizen where you're going off and saying, hey,
I try.
Because mask wearing, by the way, isn't supposed to protect you. It's supposed to protect people from you.
And that's
what pisses me off when you see people without masks. You're like,
yeah,
I'm wearing my mask, helping you out, brother. Could you do the same thing?
And the fact is, do I believe masks are the end all be all? No. I think that most of, you see somebody wearing a gaiter or a handkerchief and you go, all right, you're trying. I'll give you that. Fine. But generally, I mean, I do it because I'm told that's the best thing we should do. And I have to trust the experts. We're not
Which was the problem at the start, was they were telling you the exact opposite. Oh, masks do nothing. And then what they were trying to do was keep everybody from buying up the N95 masks.
Which, why didn't they just fucking say that? I
mean, because people only understand. And we're all bad for it. You need simple, clear messages.
Like we do online orders, and I remember saying to my wife,
"Our rant is running long."
Oh, actually, no, not really. We're only about 18 minutes, Corey.
That felt much longer than that.
I know. Well, we've been talking for a while. We only started recording. See, not good with time.
Sorry, you were saying about your online orders?
I forgot now. No, just people buying toilet paper. Like, it's just ridiculous amounts of toilet paper. Hey, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? Fucking buy food. You are worried about your ass. You should be worried about starving to death.
It just takes off, man. People go off and see, there's a potential limiting thing here. Oh my God, bullets. I better go get all my.
You can't even buy fucking bullets. Like, people who've never even bought guns before are, buying bullets and all sorts of shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, price of food is up. Price of lumber is up. Everything's gone up. It's fucking nuts. I don't know. A sheet of plywood, $90.
I have no idea what's it normally?
45.
Okay.
Like, that's.
Have you thought of just robbing construction sites? Because it turns out it's free if you do it that way.
Oh, I never thought. It seems like a lot of work, though.
I'm driving down,
and the guy's loaded in my. I'm like, thanks.
I'm driving down the street and I'm seeing all this renovations going on. I'm like, what do I need? Oh, look, there's nice stone. Is this like, huh?
Well, a good friend of mine is building his house, and it's a beautiful home, and he's an electrician, and he does a lot of his own. He's done his own electrical work, but the cost of materials right now, it's just insane. It's he's like, fuck, it adds up fast, and I don't know.
Still doesn't justify the crazy house stuff we're seeing.
No, and houses for sale. Jesus Christ, I don't know. I hope things change. I hope more vaccines roll out, more people get shots in the arm, and I think
which means we'll open up. So once we get past this, when is the end of the lockdown?
I think it's going to be
like just before the May 2-4 weekend.
Yeah, because it was supposed to end on the 6th, I think.
And then it went 2 weeks. They added 2 weeks, 6 weeks instead of 4 weeks. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So they added 2 weeks, which I'm glad, because I just got my new boat. New boat. We're going to do an episode on my boat.
Yes, with Phil's phone. So when we drop it in the water, it'll be him going, "Oh my God, my phone! That's $1,000 phone."
It's not. Well, yeah, maybe.
Well, if you paid for it, you're an iPhone guy, right?
I am. I have.
So if you bought that sucker outright versus subsidizing through your carrier, it's $1,000 phone, buddy.
It's more like 1,500 actually.
Whatever.
1,700. Yeah.
Fine. 1,500. Whatever.
My business pays for all of it. So I don't even look at those. All through the business. It's like beautiful. iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Yeah, because you need that.
I do. My eyes are getting. It's like I'm holding a fucking.
I hate phablets. Hello? Don't get me started on phablets. Yeah, exactly. My iPad up to my head.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Everything's getting smaller except for phones. I don't understand why.
It's because of what people are trying to do with them, right? Nobody uses a phone as a phone anymore. They always use it as something else, which I'm a big fan of. It's a Swiss Army knife. I love it. Yeah. Photos, maps. Yeah, sure.
No. Why not? It's the MacGyver phone.
Like, you know what? I'm sure you can find a case where it's got it, or it's probably got one. You push a button and like blades pop out. Now it's like a self-defense device.
Dude, I get old people. Like I have a lot of old people as my customers, and they'll come in, and I'll be like, "What's your number, dear?" And it's the flip phone. 1 second. Trying to go. I'll be like, "Give me that." Okay. Oh, there you are. All right, because they don't know their number.
They've actually released a elder one for older people. It's the flip phone, but it's got like massive buttons, so it's almost like it looks like a fake phone.
I'll be there. I'll be there one day. So will you?
No, we won't, because it'll be like I'll be hey phone, call Phil.
Oh, that's true.
Right, we're already there. We're already there with voice commands. We're gonna get. It's only gonna get better. I'm not even gonna have to say anything. It'll know Corey's lifting it up, and it's Wednesday, so he's gonna call Phil and rant.
While Elon Musk, that dude wants to put fucking chips in his brain. He's
putting chips in monkeys' brains right now, I think. So.
Well, yeah.
Rise of the machines, folks.
It's terrible.
It's getting closer and closer.
Fuck them. I'm gonna hunker in my bunker. All right. Well, should we wrap up our rant?
I think we should. Now, do we want to clarify what's happening Saturday? Because we've had a change in plans for those who haven't watched the Ripper episode. We ended with something, what we were going with, and apparently it's something different now.
Yeah, we were going to do an interview. Unfortunately, that interview has been canceled due to unforeseen circumstances.
Phil got ghosted.
I got totally ghosted. Oh, well, he's a nice guy. I mean, we talked.
And maybe he'll come back. Who knows? Life happens, right?
Yeah, shit happens. But maybe a future podcast. Who knows? We'll see. But we're going to do Simpson conspiracy theory.
Google it, folks.
Yeah, Google it. So, yeah. And the basis is Simpsons predict the future. And they have. It's fucking crazy. So.
Broken watch is right twice per day, Phil. That's all I'm going to say.
That's what it is. Well, thank you for watching our Wednesday rant. I'm Phil. This is Corey. And we'll see you next week.
Take care, folks.
Good night.